Welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee. How are you feeling today? I'll bet some of you are feeling overwhelmed. I bet more than some of you. I know it's something that I deal with too. Life just seems to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And the more overwhelmed we become, the more we get stuck. Because what we see in front of us is so big that we can't even imagine that we can begin to climb it. It's like, how do you climb Mount Everest with no experience? Well, the best thing I've come up with is start with the hill near your house. Maybe a small hill, but you got to start there. You see, no matter what you're feeling, no matter how you're feeling, the only place that you can start is now. And the only thing you can do is take one step. You can't take 1,000 steps. In this moment, you can only take one step. So the key thing is, whatever the issue is, whatever the area of your life it is, whether it's health, wealth, that, you got to take the first step. I know I woke up today and I'm having the experience of pain in the tooth. And I've been taking care of my teeth. My dentist retired about 7 years ago, but I've been brushing my teeth, flossing, water picking, doing everything I need to do. But now I've got pain in the tooth. And so I asked the question, where do I begin? Do I just go get a dentist? And I got really clear. No, I don't want just a dentist. I want a holistic dentist. And so what I've done is, here's the step I took. Number one, I went online and I looked, are there any? I got a name. But then again, what I know is I know a lot of people. So I asked them for feedback. And now I wait. And then I take the next step when I get feedback, and the next step when I get feedback, and the next step I get feedback. And so I'm not overwhelmed with the task because I've taken action. We become overwhelmed when we're paralyzed, when we're stuck in quicksand. But as long as we're moving forward, we're not going to feel that. You're feeling a sense of accomplishment. What's an accomplishment? Taking one step. Every step you take is actually a win in life. You're winning because you're moving in the direction of where you want to go. So many of us, we become so paralyzed in fear. Fear disappears when you're taking steps because you're in movement. We, with our egos and with our bodies and being in the 3D world of humanity today, we were meant to move. So have you found yourself unable to move, paralyzed, feeling hopeless and helpless? I know what that feels like. We all know what that feels like. We're in a box, and the only way we get out of the box is to take a step and another step and another step. You see, when you're taking steps, you come out of the box. You can't stay in the box because you're taking steps. You can only stay in the box when you're not taking steps. If you're in a relationship that's not serving you, doing the same things you're doing over and over and over again are keeping that relationship right where it is. Are you stepping into the new you? Realizing you can't change anyone else in a relationship, but you can't change who you are. Who you are becomes a different vibration, a different energy. And when you become a vibration and a different energy, the relationship has to change. One way or the other, it has to change. And why would you be in a relationship where you feel stuck? Got to move. Got to get your partner in sync with you and move. I realized that so much. My wife and I were talking last night. She had a couple ladies come in. They did a women's retreat. And they were asking her about her relationship because Jean's been married to me for over 50 years. And she said, well, here's what I know. We've not had one relationship. We've had many different relationships that put together equal 50 years. She sees it as 4 different relationships. I see it as more than that. I see it as the relationship of infatuation when we first met and got married. I see it secondly as the relationship after the infatuation wore off. I see the third relationship is that when we decided to have kids and went through the ordeal of being told we couldn't have them, and yet we now have 2 sons, grown sons. I see the relationship as our sons matured and going through teenage years and leaving the house. I see it as the sons having left the house. I see it as my relationship with Jean as I was in the corporate world and then leaving the corporate world and becoming a student. And then a relationship as a minister. Then a relationship now as a grandparent together. Do you see there's many relationships? But you can't hold on to the old. You got to take a step into the new. Being overwhelmed is so easy to fall into. But it's a journey that you take to release the overwhelm. And it's a journey of one step at a time. And the only one who can take you out of overwhelm is you. Because only you can take that step. Know that you're not alone in this journey. We're all on a journey. We just see it differently, feel it differently, but we're all challenged. And in ways we're all overwhelmed. But if we take steps and we encourage each other to take more steps, and we encourage each other to take more steps, together, we'll make this journey the most fulfilling life possible. With that, my beautiful ones, create your great day. Take that step to the new you. Aloha.